Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading. Fire signs came third on the poll, so it's you guys coming up today. So I'm gonna dive straight into it and see what's going on for you. All right. Did I say the week? It's the 8th to the 14th of May. All right. Let's see for Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, please, this week. Ooh, very lovely energy coming through for you. I'm going to hold the mic more to my face because I know some people's devices don't pick up my sound very well, so this way I get less comments speaking about it. But already your oracle cards are looking amazing. I'm just going to carry on pulling some cards out for you. Well, Sagittarius this week, what do we need to know? Okay. That's very good. You guys are getting some really good news on something here. I'm not quite sure whether it is the one thing you're really wanting it from. But either way, it is going to make you very happy. So your first oracle card here, Sagittarius, is the mending, which is all about mending things. It's about fixing anything that may have been falling apart, whether that is connections, whether that is, things that you were supposed to do here that you didn't quite finish, so you're now mending it. You could be going back, reassessing things, which is what the Mercury retrograde is all about. So don't be surprised if you do have to recorrect something, if you have to mend something that may have broken. I just get this energy that this is a good week of fixing things that may have been done incorrectly. That could be even, lessons that you learned throughout life. Where you may have made the wrong decisions, which we all do, so don't worry, it doesn't mean anything bad. It just means that now you're in a wiser position to go back and to do things differently. And I do pick up this energy where you are kind of correcting things, and maybe some people are coming through too who are also going to be, trying to correct things with you. There is this energy of mending really strongly coming through for you, which is very nice to see. You then have the yin card coming through in your oracle deck, which is all about unconditional love. So I really do see that this is a really good sign for those of you who've fallen out with people or have lost touch with people, that there is this really loving, caring energy coming through for you, but also through you, Sagittarius, which is very nice to see. I kind of pick up very joyful energy, and that is because we have the Three of Cups here also, and it is bringing like love within you and within a community. So don't be surprised if you get invited out a lot more within this week. I think emotionally you're going to be feeling very good. And I'm saying it in an interesting way because I feel like you're going to be filled up with a lot of gratitude this week, that you have certain people around you, or that things are seemingly working out for you, and there is this feeling of happiness, but it is coming through as a little bit of an overwhelming energy. Like I feel like there are tears, you know what I mean? It's like not exactly sadness, but it's this gratitude because things were tough or things were very difficult. So now that these good things are happening, you're really getting the sense of feeling that things are actually getting better for you. So expect some good news, expect to hear from people who really have good intentions for you, which is really nice because you are in this Queen of Cups energy this week here, which is a very intuitive energy. Again, regardless of gender, this is just a very sensitive, sentimental feeling, which is nice because Three of Cups is celebration, and because the Queen of Cups also came up with the Seven of Pentacles. You guys have been working really hard, so I think it's just about time that you actually had some time to yourself to process your emotions and to have some fun. So that feels very lovely. You then have the Serendipity coming through. So again, there is a lucky opportunity coming away. Spirit is kind of saying go with the flow. As much as you are working very hard on something and may need routine, because there's this Capricorn energy coming through with the Seven of Pentacles, Serendipity and the Yin card is trying to lead you somewhere with this flow. And I think maybe that's why this feminine energy with the Queen of Cups is coming through. When you're in these emotions, you're going to feel very spontaneous with what you're wanting to do, and that's going to lead you to very positive things. Maybe you're going to just bump into somebody, or just very spontaneous plans that are going to fill you with this gratitude. Like Spirit is just showing you a lot of love this week when you take a break from something that you've been working really hard on. So maybe this is like a vacation, taking a break from work. It's something that you're really paying a lot of effort and time into. So this is a good time to take a break. Plus, by the way, after serendipity, being in the right place at the right time, coming across lucky opportunities, you have this message in a bottle energy coming through next, which is pretty self-explanatory. Is a message coming through for you, and it does feel like good news. This can also just be the universe trying to communicate with you as well. All right, for Sagittarius, look at this. I love this energy. You have the Ace of Cups coming through, and actually we have this very beautiful bird. It kind of looks like an eagle, but don't hate me for it. I don't know. But this is a very beautiful energy that's being given to you. You're being given love. Some of you could come across this love interest, but it just feels like it's coming from you. Like you're just feeling love. You're feeling loved. You're feeling like loving others. Like there's a very blessed energy coming through. Can we clarify the Three of Cups? A lot of you are getting wish fulfillment coming through here. So you have the Star card and you have the Ace of Pentacles, and I have two messages when it comes down to this. Not only do you have two aces, which is incredible. All right. The first thing I'm going to say is that you guys could be coming across a very fortunate career opportunity, or something that is to do with your finances directly. It could be a new stream of income, a new project that is going to pay you very well. With the Ace of Pentacles, the Star card is wish fulfillment though, so this is amazing. All right, you guys are going to be filled with a lot of gratitude. The other message I have with that combination is that you're going to feel more stable within yourself. You know, Ace of Pentacles is like you're being granted a new beginning to really feel very stable and very secure within yourself when it comes down to your healing and your emotions. So I really want to say that you've been working super hard on yourself, so this is a time of where you're going to feel very abundant, very blessed, and very much like those old emotions that were keeping you stuck, keeping you down, are finally going away. So that's really lovely to see. All right, anything else? Clarify what the Seven of Pentacles is for me, please. You have the Empress and Justice and the Eight of Swords. Is interesting. One more time. Seven of Pentacles. One more time, please. One more card. Yeah, it's very interesting. What's coming through with the Seven of Pentacles is it could be that emotions that we were speaking about, you know, like kind of having these really difficult feelings or whatever it may be. Could just be, you know, your own personal development, which for some of you it is. Others of you, it could be like legal situations, work situations, you know, because there is a Justice card being here, right? Which is very like, maybe you're dealing with authorities, maybe you're dealing with, you know, something that's kind of beyond your control is what I'm feeling. I am feeling like maybe you're really trying to show your worth for something, and I am getting a little bit of unfairness when it comes down to it. So maybe you're in a career that's, you know, you're working really hard for because they said if you do this, then you get this pay rise or whatever, if you do this amount. It kind of feels like there might be a little bit of like underappreciation for your work and what you're doing. Because again, you are showing up with this divine feminine energy with the Empress, where you are abundant, you are loving, you know, put your best into everything that you do with the Empress, and it is very good, you know, high quality stuff. You just as a person, Sagittarius, is showing up as a very beautiful person inside out. All right. But the Justice card here being unbalanced, and because we have this Eight of Swords and Three of Swords, it does kind of feel like you're feeling a bit stuck in something, and that something is not really aligned to you is really what I'm feeling here. This could just be, you know, these old emotions that you are dealing with when it comes down to heartbreak, and these feelings of feeling stuck. You know, sometimes that can really make us feel like, okay, I'm not ever going to have a good life and never going to get the things that I want, because with it being paired with the Empress, you've been really working super hard to balance with the Justice card your manifestations and the things that you are deserving of. And I think in the past you've dealt with a lot of undeserving feelings because you've been through a lot of heartache, and when we go through a lot of difficult situations, and we're like, our life is just always going to be this way because it's all that you see. But the Eight of Swords is actually saying, like, look beyond your issues, look beyond your problems, look beyond the swords that have surrounded you, and see beyond that. As you can see in the distance here, there is that sun rising, which very much gives me very similar vibes to the traditional tarot card, the Rider-Waite one. I've never seen a sunrise on the Eight of Swords. So it kind of feels like you can unstick yourself from something. And I think some of you might be pulling away or have been working to pull away from a very difficult kind of like contract. So some of you might end up changing jobs, but it's only because you're starting to see beyond the heartache and the difficulty and the unfairness and the injustice that you've been going through. You're no longer settling for less with the Empress energy. So this Eight of Swords is almost like the Empress before she even realizes what she's worth. And that's what you guys are doing. You're breaking free from something. This Five of Swords could mean that you're creating a little bit of chaos so that, you're having to put yourself in a losing position to win big. Like, that's the energy that I'm seeing for you. And by the way, you do have these two aces, and as I'm clarifying it, you have death. So complete transformation is coming in for you. But it feels like it's because you're stepping into this beautiful, grateful energy that you're now getting two new beginnings, which means very big, transformative changes. All the unstable stuff is removing itself from your life. You have a Death card, Tower card. It does feel like there is a falling out of some kind, or this could just be an epiphany here, because there is a mask being shown. So it could be somebody else that's very surprised by you changing, because it does mean an end to whatever connection you have with them, if it's a boss, friend, blah, blah, blah. But this could also be you, where you're mending your relationship with yourself. Here, the Death card and Tower card, you could just be unmasking this like imposter syndrome and no longer wearing this blindfold or something to cover your vision of who you really are. Like, you're really seeing yourself for who you really are. And this is where the true healing is coming in. Anything else? For Sagittarius, I sounded funny when I said it like that. That's why I laughed. Very Scorpio energy, but we do have the lunar eclipse in Scorpio, I believe. Hanged Man and the King of Swords, you guys are becoming very analytical, very structured. You're also using your intuition to your advantage, but the Hanged Man and King of Swords is very like observing energy, putting yourself in an uncomfortable position to see life differently, to use your logic to pull yourself into a situation where you're really building for your future here, juggling a few things, thinking about the future and all the options that you may have. Seven of Cups, going through options that may be good for you, may not be good for you. You're looking at things properly. And this is leading towards that Ten of Cups, that happiness, that legacy that you're building for yourself. So to be in that Emperor position, which is very lovely. I like this a lot. It feels very self-explanatory now. Let's get you some tea leaf tarot for you, Sag. Some significance around November. I mean, that could be where your birthday is. You have the sun coming through. By November, I think everything's going to be very beautiful. You're going to be celebrating something very big. Because you have the sun here. And it may seem far away, and I know it seems far away, but remember how fast last year went? Like, time does fly, and it's only in a few months. It's better that than a few years, which sometimes I do see coming up on readings. So happiness and well-being in November, you're going to be in a very different position. Did something flip there? No. That just fell, but I was not ready for that. As I was looking for another card, let's see. For Sagittarius. Anything else? Alright, my angels, I do have to say something. Some of you who have been single for a while, those ones are getting this message here with the wheel saying indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. I think what's happening is you may be realizing that what's missing in your life is some sort of love. And I do think it starts with yourself, of course. But I do feel like you're becoming in this attractive energy of where you're actually open to it. You then have Nest coming through. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So it's very likely you're starting to attract in someone who is very in touch with their emotions also. Someone who is very loving. You have a bridge coming through with that love energy, so successfully overcoming a problem. So I think you guys are really understanding that maybe what you need is a lover. So you're opening yourself up to that possibility. Maybe by November you would have met them. For those in relationships, maybe your relationship's kind of just been, kind of rambling aimlessly, as it says. Like, maybe decisions aren't really being made or towards each other. Maybe you're bridging the gap between you and somebody else if you're already in a relationship, to bring more love to the equation here, which is very sweet. That could be what that mending energy is about. But you do have here the gavel here, which is involvement with the law, which we did have. In which case, on the bottom of the deck, you do have protected from negative forces beyond your control. Be careful because somebody here might be trying to stop you from getting something. It does feel like it's a hidden intention. When it comes down to legal situations, we do have hidden secrets can harm you. It doesn't mean it can harm you because you do have the cobweb above that. So it says that you're protected, but somebody could be trying to stop you from getting what it is that you want and actually deserve, which we did kind of have coming through. But it is going to initiate this Eight of Swords to the Empress. So whatever this is in terms of legal situations or anything to do with contracts or just things that seem unfair, it may make you feel quite stuck in the beginning. And the Three of Swords is this deep hurt, deep pain, but it's going to birth this Empress. Not just birth it, it's going to remind you of who you actually are. So you are going to rise up from this, and it's the difficult situations that do teach us about ourselves. And I know my case scenario, when I went through a very difficult breakup, like, was completely like, what the hell? Like, who have I been in a relationship with? This is crazy how people can lie and hide things, so effortlessly. It's kind of scary, actually, how people can manipulate you and only show you one thing or one side of them. But anyway, that was the biggest catalyst for me when I broke free, because I was like, I don't deserve that. Like, I never deserved that. And from then on, you have these specific boundaries, and the way that you see yourself is very different. And I went on, quit my job after that, because I was like, actually, I don't even deserve this either. Like, I deserve more. And I started my own company, and I've been doing that ever since, and living an incredibly amazing life, so compared to what it was. So, these moments that feel like they're going to break you and pull you down, because it was not just a quick catalyst for me. It did come with a lot of pain and like revelations, but it does really birth a new you into being in it. Someone that was already within you, but just needed some sort of reminder to come out and to conquer the world. So I wish you guys all the best. Did I pull you an animal spirit card? I don't think I did. For Sagittarius, I feel like it's always when you reach the bottom, wherever the bottom is for you, because everyone is different. Some people tolerate a lot more than what other people would, but it's when you reach the bottom, you're like, I am never gonna be down here again. And that's when you fight, you fight for your life, and you will raise your standards so high that you become different. What you manifest is very different, because you are ready to really fight for it, because you've seen the worst, you've been there, and you don't tolerate anything anymore. And that's really when you rise up. And I've seen that in so many people. So if you've reached that position, this is good news for you. I say bittersweet. You've been through some shit, but look, things are gonna get better from here on out, because you are going to make sure it is. Okay, let's get you an animal spirit, Sagittarius. Ooh, I'm sorry for this to come out when I was just saying that. Is incredible and intense. This is intense. This lunar eclipse is really kind of reminding you who the hell you are, Sagittarius. We have Panther Spirit coming through. This incredibly, this I think this is the only card in this deck that has such intense colors coming through here. It's such a dark energy, you guys. This could be your like dark feminine is what they say, or whatever, dark masculine, whatever it is. It's an energy, which is why I'm calling it dark feminine, because it's this energy of no longer being ruled over by people. I don't know if any of you know the story of Lilith, who, should I tell you? You can skip ahead otherwise, but this is saying reclaim your power. So for a lot of you, you felt trampled on for a long time. You felt like you were not given equal chances to other people. People may have, just doubted you or looked over you. The story of Lilith is actually, it's like Adam and Eve, but before Eve was even a thing, it was actually Lilith. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to speak wrongly of the story. Feel free to correct me in the comments nicely. But Lilith didn't want to be underneath Adam, whilst they were having sex anymore. She wanted to be on top. She wanted to have an equal opportunity to, be dominant too, and show her power. And Adam refused. He snitched to God, and then God, she got kicked out of the Garden of Eden. So, and then got replaced with Eve, who was much more innocent, did what she was told. So, with that story being, you're not doing what you're told anymore. Sagittarius, you're breaking rules. I feel like you're breaking societal rules, though. You're breaking rules. yeah, I feel like you're just reclaiming your power. You're no longer being second option. You're no longer being, you know, ruled by other people. I think you're breaking the norm. You're doing something very different. So don't be afraid if people criticize you or are intimidated by you or try to talk you out of your decisions. I think those are the best decisions some of the time. Every good decision I made in my life was criticized. People are, what are you doing? You're going to ruin your life. And now they're like, oh, so what are you up to now? Yeah, so anyway. And they become very proud of me in the end. Or jealous. It's either one of the two. But anyways, I'm going to love you and leave you guys. I hope the reading resonated. Okay, and I will see you guys next time. All right.